Hey, how's everybody doing out there? All good, I hope. Well, today we're going to have another reading. It's April 30th, 2020. We're going to do a reading from the Guidebook, the Sacred Geometry, Oracle Activations Guidebook. And we're going to shuffle the cards and see what the universe wants to tell us for today. Hope everybody's doing good with everything going on. There's a lot of stories back and forth every which way. Wonder what story resonates the best with you. I think the truth is more important than anything else. And I believe that the truth will surface and has surfaced in many ways. The universe is a corrective, totally corrective force that will correct everything wrong. And every wrong will be turned into a right. Somehow, some way. So we ask the Great Spirit, the source, the divine source of all creation, the energy that's generating everything that we are, everything that we are, and everything that we hold dear, the power of love, to bring forth the message that we need today. Something hopefully that will be inspiring, helpful, generate happiness, health, wealth, and wisdom in every way. We take the top card. Wow, okay. Integration. It's an amazing pattern. It's awesome. Very similar to the Sri Yantra. I don't know if anybody can see the Sri Yantra here. Similarity. Beautiful. So I'm going to try to, let's see, we'll put this card right here. I don't know if you can see it. Go over here. Integration, card number 30. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Wow, pretty much exactly what we're asking for at this time, right here, right now. Again, the frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. It's fantastic. Integration, interaction, self-interaction, inward reflection, realization, all wonderful stuff. Card number 30. Let's look in the book for card 30. 3 is a powerful number as well. Let's see, card number 30. Okay, here we go. Just what I was showing you. Wow, the Sri Yantra is an ancient symbol that literally means sacred instrument. It is formed by 9 interlocking triangles that form 43 smaller triangles in a grid that represents the entire cosmos. That's awesome. This complicated and precise geometry is thought to hold and create powerful energetic patterns, and has been used for thousands of years as a tool for meditation and devotion. The Sri Yantra also symbolizes the union between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That's awesome. Where the upward triangles represent the male, Shiva, energies, and the downward, the female, Shakti, energies. The center point, Bindu, represents the junction between the physical universe and the source. Wow, let's take another look at this. This is amazing. The Sri Yantra. The Sri Yantra. Look at that. This is actually a really, really good symbol for everybody to meditate on. Spend an entire day meditating on this symbol, the Sri Yantra. Balance the masculine and the feminine energies. Bring forth a lot of good information from the universe. The dark blues refer to the vast and deep universe as the origin from which everything springs into being. The yellow and golds refer to the inner power and the way we express ourselves on this earth in a physical body. Red is the color associated with the first chakra, the physical plane, and everything form-based. The light blue triangles represent the balance between the masculine and the feminine, and the swirling circles in the background are the other dimensions and star systems behind this earth. Behind this earth that are at its origin, at our origin. The energy of integration supports our journey through a dualistic reality in which we continuously search for union and completion, both within and without the frequency, reminds us that our manifested world can only be when every aspect of its opposite as well. Only when we integrate everything that comes to us, when we embrace every aspect of ourselves and of everyone and everything around us, can we find an inner state of equilibrium, in the self. Wow, let's take another look at this. This is integration of divine feminine, divine masculine, and a balance and integration of all universal energies into this form, the Sri Yantra. And basically the work assignment on this is to take a deep breath, close your eyes for a moment. How do you integrate your inner world with your outer world? Very important that we do that now. Questions I've been asking myself: how do I integrate what's going on the outside with the inside? Does one reflect the other harmoniously, or do you need to invest some loving care in some areas? Do you spend time contemplating your daily life and exploring how it is connected to your thoughts and your emotions? So today, takeaway message is: how are your thoughts and your emotions reflecting on your life and the outside world? How are you integrating everything? What's going on the outside? What's going on the inside? Are we harmoniously in balance? Or do we need to invest more, some loving care in some areas, loving care into ourselves, loving care into the world, Loving care. Do you spend time contemplating your daily life? Loving care. Contemplating your daily life and exploring how it is connected to your thoughts and your emotions. How are you feeling? How's your emotions? How much do you love yourself? How much do you care for yourself? Do you watch what you eat? Do you watch what you drink? Do you watch what you view all day? Do you watch what you listen to? Do you watch the words that are coming out of your mouth every moment? Do you think about love more than you think about negative emotions? Do you think about love, loving others, loving animals, loving children, loving neighbors, people, trying to be sociable in a good way on social media? Or are you looking at all the negative, all the fear, all the pain? All right, it's hard to ignore. It's hard to ignore a lot of negative stuff. You know, me, I'm a very big advocate for animals, and I don't believe that any of them have been treated in any way correctly on this planet for hundreds of years now. And part of humanity, well, a lot of humanity's issues are the way they treat the world. And why we have what we have now is because people have not integrated the inner self with the outer world, thinking that, you know, mine, it's all mine. Give me, take as much as I can take. That's not the way nature works. It provides in abundance if you allow it to do what it's doing and to go with the flow. I mean, our calendar is all out of whack. Our music has been all mistuned out of harmonious frequencies with the universe. So, you know, we're not living balanced, harmonious lives according to the creator of all creation, which is generating our form. So, of course, we're going to have unrest and you know, I talk to family and friends. I try to encourage them to be more positive. You know, you don't have to listen to all the negative all day long. You can have a balance even with that. A little negative, a little positive, but more positive than negative. Then generate some positivity within yourself. Love yourself. And like I told my father recently, who's older, even if it's your last day on earth, let's say, it's your last day alive here in this realm. If that's it, then why not try to live your last day the best that you can? You know, and then I think of people that say, well, you know, live every day as if it's your last day. Easier said than done, I know. I try to do that. You know, try to live every day the best day I can, one day into the next, and you know, they say, or I say, one day at a time, which is all you can do. You know, and then as far as past, present, and future with integration, according to this, there is no past. The past is gone. There's really no future. The future doesn't exist. There's only now. There's an eternal now that's ongoing. We've given it limitations. We've put time parameters on it, clocks and sundials and watches. I don't wear a watch. I don't believe in time. I don't believe in the passage of time as I mean, you know, all right, yeah, birthdays and things like that, because we were here for however revolutions of the planet around its respective star. But it's your time right now, my time right now, to share and to care and to love and to be all that you can be. The Creator is saying continuously, what more can I be? What more can I be, and what more can I do to have a better existence? An expansion of consciousness, which is what it's all about. It's all about expansion of consciousness. Although, what is consciousness? It's energy. So it's all about energy integration within of itself. So here we go again with integration. Integration of divine feminine, divine masculine. Not to say that that's opposite, you know, opposite poles or you know, negative and positive, but integration. And I hope this message, actually, as I'm saying this, I hope this message goes out to a lot of people. I've heard many stories about people who, there's a lot of domestic violence going on, a lot of domestic abuse, and I've seen images, pictures on Facebook of women that are bruised and battered. I think everybody, even if you're stuck together in the house and you're doing this social distancing, which I'm not going to go into details, but there's a lot of absurdity to it. It's more mental conditioning, you know, and more enslavement into a system that's failing ridiculously. But anyway, going back to the other thing, if people are at a point where they're going to be violent or yelling and fighting with each other in the same house, then you got to distance yourself. I mean, that's just common sense. That's not, no virus, no bacteria, no nothing. It doesn't matter. And besides the fact that we have immune systems. That's what our immune systems are for viruses and bacteria. And this has been developed for many millions of years, billions of years of what we are. So, but anyway, with domestic violence, get away from each other. Give each other some space. You don't have to be in the same room on top of each other all day long. You know, go do one. Everybody, there should always be personal space in every relationship. But anyway, I mean, I'm no one to talk or to preach about relationships because I don't have one right now. So that's fine, and I'm content with that. Family and friends, and that's fine. And anyway, that's the message: integration and self-love and self-care. And just to recap, how do you integrate your inner world with your outer world? How do you integrate your inner world with your outer world? How do you integrate that? That's very important for us to get through all this. Does one reflect the other harmoniously? Or do you need to invest some loving care in some areas? So yeah, if you're not in harmonious balance with the inner and the outer world, then you have to do self-care, self-meditation, self-love, hygiene, work on hygiene. If you don't know how to do anything else, work on hygiene, music. You know, I mean, sing and dance, I'm suggesting because it's something I should do if I can throughout the day. In fact, today I may watch an old movie just to sort of take my reality just to a different place for a little while, because it's good to do. I actually said the other day, I says, does anyone remember when you went to a movie as a kid, and when you went into that movie you were so anticipating seeing the movie that you went in and you basically sort of forgot about the whole world outside of the movie, and with all the sound effects and all the music and the romance and the hero's journey and all the nuances of friendships that were connected friendships and lost friendships and stuff like that, and all the twists and turns of the plot and overlapping plots. And again, this is all about integration, because movies integrate everything in such a way to go from the start to the finish of what that movie is. So it's a lot of integration. That's why I'm using this example too. And so it takes you along this whole journey of this story, of many stories that integrate your consciousness into this particular genre, whatever genre you like the most. I love science fiction, romantic comedies, so if there's a combination of all of that, that's great. I don't care for dystopian type of things, more utopian, something that leaves you in a state of euphoria. Although, again, integration, there's also villains and evil people in movies that you're encouraged to despise because they're no good, but they form the basis for the hero's journey, and that's important to look into. I suggest everybody check out the hero's journey. But again, once you realize that you're the hero, you're either the hero or you're the villain, or you're neutral, which is not too good either. But anyway, the whole thing is, when it comes to the end of that story and you come out of a movie like that, whatever movie that you let's say your favorite movie of all time, or many movies like that, you come out into your consciousness now has to readjust, that you're out into the world that you're familiar with, but at the same time you sort of have to reintegrate yourself into this reality that you're now in, because your mind has been somewhere else. I should say your consciousness has been somewhere else, preoccupied for whatever it is, an hour and a half, 2 hours, the longer the movie, that you actually force yourself to stay there, to sit there, not to move, not to use the restroom or anything, not to eat anything, just so your complete attention is, you don't want to miss, a moment of what's going on. So anyway, when you come back out and you reintegrate into the world that you are in, that you come from, it's actually a play, because you have to say, it actually takes a certain amount of time for you to reintegrate yourself, saying, okay, wait a minute, this is the real world. That was not real. Anyway, to sum up this video, I'm just going to say that with all that being said, what if this entire life, which may help you integrate things, what if this entire life, from birth through all the stages of life, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, old age, and eventually death. But what if all of that is just some type of elaborate movie, so to speak? And what is a movie? It's something that moves your emotions, it moves your consciousness, it expands you. Movement, even though I know it goes back to, still pictures that were sped up, so it was like moving pictures, which they called it movie pictures. But it's even more. It's moving your emotions, moving your consciousness. It's an expansion tool. Entertainment or entrainment of your mental capacities, which are your mental capacities generated from your brain? I don't think so. I think the brain is a receiver, and the frequencies are being sent out from the creation. So we're just receiving the signals that we pick up on, and which goes into a whole other thing about integration with the right frequencies, to pick up on the right frequencies as well. So anyway, this was really great. I enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this as well, and I wish everybody all the best. I just want to say, namaste. I recognize the creator and everyone out there. Peace, love, and joy. Enjoy. I saw somebody mention on Facebook, enjoy. So enjoy. Have a good day. Be well. Talk to you later.